Creative Mom Kamela here. Let's talk about how to design teardrop earrings. So Design Space has recently given us this lots of shapes with our subscription, and one of them is this teardrop. So I ordered Sublimation blanks from Amazon. I'll link it below. And I resized them exactly to what those are. My husband has a really precise measure, and so I know that they are 1.02. I'm going to unlock the shape by 1.56. Even if you're not a sublimator, there's a lot to learn in this video today, so I hope you'll stay with me. So the first one we're going to do is this 3-layered, and I always keep a copy of my shape that I'm working with. So here it is. I turned it green because I probably wasn't going to use green today, and I just keep it way up here. So that nice bright green reminds me, copy and paste that. So that's what I would have done here, is changed this to standard and then changed it to some type of bright green, and I tossed it to the side. All right, so let's get started on this one. So I'm going to grab from Shapes a square, and you can go point or no point. I'm going to use a point, and I'm going to turn it on its side. I'm going to grab my more detailed grid lines. I work with those so often. You can also use your positioning tools up here and your rotation. I just typically don't. So I like to just line things up with this and go with it. So I know that this is a square, so everything should line up the same. And that's looking great. And then it's just a matter of deciding how much you want your first piece to do. I'm going to do a 2 this time so that we can move time along, and I don't have a 2. So then what I did there is I selected both items. So this one, hold down Shift, select this one, or drag and drop and hold both of them and click your slice right down here in the bottom right hand corner. And now you have the top wedge of this piece. To get my next wedge, I used this one. I just turned this again, but you could grab a new square. But I just turned this exactly around and grabbed and sliced right here. Let's leave this one as 2, but you could definitely do that and get your third. And then you decide which parts you don't need, and I didn't need either one of those. Now, the reason we keep this helper shape handy over here is because I broke up my shape, didn't I? And I still need that exact size that we're working within on my project. So I definitely always keep one handy. So let's play with patterns now. So you could cut these out of leather if you wanted and add a little hook here and here, and that would be fun. But we're sublimating on these teardrops today. So here we go. Let's go to Print and Cut and Patterns. And I'm telling you, all of these are Design Space patterns that are free. And so I will save this project and link it below. You may have my sample teardrop and all of my patterns that you could mix and match and make your own. So let's do a blue. I don't have a good blue on this one, so I'm going to start with this blue. It's one of my favorites, and I do use it a lot. But be patient with the sublimation and go through these patterns, because even when you scroll to the bottom and you think, oh, there's none, keep scrolling. It loads and loads and loads, and there's a lot of neat patterns in here to use. So let's keep that blue. I really like it. And then you just have to decide what colors you like to mix and match. I'm a big brown person, so I'm going to go to pattern again, and I'm going to look for a good brown. So mostly if you decide the color that you're looking for, you can find it. Then it's just a matter of finding the pattern and the shades you want. That's a good brown. I'm going to look for something a little different by scrolling on down. And I don't have one picked, so it is just kind of a hunt. Ooh, this is a good one. And there you go. You've got 2 together. So that's basically what I did on this one, except I cut the square piece out of the top. So this, if I ungroup it, is an exact square here. So there's all kinds of fun things you can do. You can also use this shape, which I just recently started playing with. And remember to unlock and stretch and change these shapes to use them. So I could change this way, and I can cut like this, and you'll have a different angle. And then I grabbed a flower. So let's grab a star for this one. So go to your images. Sometimes you can use shapes, sometimes you can use images. And let's find a star. And you just want to find a star that's going to work for your design. I'm going to grab this one for the example. And then for this one, what I would do is I want that same blue on the star. All right, I'm going to delete this. We're not using it. And I'm always going to keep that. So let's sublimate, change this to standard so it prints. And now let's say I forgot which pattern this is. Copy, paste. And then you can stretch these patterns out and slice into them. So I'm just going to put those two over and slice, and then I don't have to search back through my, this must be more than one layer. No. Let's see why this won't slice for a second. Did I not have them both selected? Maybe I don't. Let's move this to the front. Sometimes you got to play with design space a little bit. Now let's make sure. Yep, now I have them both, and we click slice. So that's a good example of why it's a good habit to use the panel over here to help selecting layers. I just don't typically. So now I have the blue star out of the same pattern. I'm going to shrink it up just a little, and I can place that in the center of this one. And aren't these looking so cool? So let's say we wanted to add a outline on this one. I'm going to go back to this shape, change it to whatever outline color we want. I'm just going to go red. I probably wouldn't do that, but you'll be able to see it really well. I'm going to send it to the back. All right, and the next thing you have to do is group all these and shrink. And then layer it on here and group them all together wherever you want. So then we hit group and attach, and once they're attached, then they will head to your mat correctly. So, and you could definitely make the red the blue or any color you would like. So let's do one more. All right, so these next two are super, super easy. That's this one and this one. So this one, I just grabbed a deer head shape and then changed it to sublimation and found a sublimation print. It looks like that same brown, probably because I like it. And that's super easy. This one, I just grabbed my teardrop shape and layered it. Are you seeing it? So let's copy and paste this one more time and then change this color so you can see what I did here. Let's just go to the red and the blue. Those seem to show up good together. And then I just resized and I continued to copy and paste until I got exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to copy the red and I'm going to copy the blue. And then I just arranged them where I wanted, and you can layer them together, you can keep them separate, however you would like. So that is that simple on this one. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Now let's move down to this one. This one is actually all hearts. So copy and paste my blank, and I'm going to grab a shape, a heart, and I just chopped the bottom off here with just the top of the heart. So sliced, and this is trash, and this I'm going to use, and this is trash, and this I'm going to use. And then I played with how I wanted these, and again, to get a border, which I did on this one, I shrank these a little bit before adding the paste of my original to the bottom layer. Let's turn it black so you can see what I'm doing here. Actually, purple might show up better. We already had a black. So send to bottom. Sorry about that. And there we go. Now we have the border, and you can play with the patterns however you would like, and you can add more shapes. So I added the flower, and this one that we're working on, I added an actual heart. So I just went over and grabbed, whoops, not from here, but you can, but I grabbed a solid shape, a heart, and sized it and stuck that in here. And that's it. And then it's just playing with the enormous amount of patterns that Design Space has to offer. So let's get these printed. I'm going to use my Epson 3710 and get these put onto the blanks. All right, so the blanks came in this cellophane package, and they have protective paper on both sides. So make sure you remove the protective paper. I don't remove it until right before I'm ready to press. And sometimes you'll think this one doesn't have any. Scratch hard with your nail and make sure. The only time that I've run into that is when I already took it off, which is why I don't remove them anymore until I'm ready to press, because then you don't know. But every blank I've used comes with a protective cover that you have to remove. And if you have any type of dirt or debris anywhere, you need to use rubbing alcohol, or even better, a lint brush. And I just keep my lint brush handy here, and I just run them over it like this. And then I don't touch that anymore. And then the side that I'm working on, make sure I didn't get confused because I'm on camera, goes down onto the sublimation. I just cut these. I got the strip that Cricut cuts, the black strip that Cricut prints, and then I just sliced them right down the center. So super easy. You know, they were all just laying in a line, and I just sliced it right down. I make sure to leave corners, at least corners diagonal, are super helpful, so that you can pull, and I use my finger to push real hard and make sure it's level there. And then heat tape. This is this is Cricut heat tape. I'm going to be really soon using this Artist Prix, and I'll tell you how I like about it. But I do have more Cricut. I ordered this in the double pack, and I like the Cricut for sure. So I'll link the Cricut tape below, and I will follow up with you. If you subscribe, you'll get the information. Click that bell, please. It really helps my channel, and then you'll get quality information, like if I like this, which one's better. All right, so snug wrapping on these. So you see, I really push the paper and pull with that tape so that they're snug and they're flat completely. All right, let's do this last one here. So lint brush, that side down, pull and push so that the paper is flush with the item, and then tape, and I push it on there and pull it this way again. It's okay if the tape's off a little bit. That won't hurt a thing. And then I'm going to do this side while I'm making sure that all of this is lined up nice and snug. And it looks like I'm going to use 2 pieces of tape here. So there, and then here. All right, so all of these are ready to head through the heat press. I'm going to get you over there so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so I'm going to show you my little station here. I have 2 Cricut Easy heat press mats under here, and then I have butcher paper, and I actually have just a wood cutting board over here also. And a wood cutting board is what I use for items like this sublimation, these little tiny sublimation ornaments. And you'll place it with the paper to the top, and then I have just my easy press goes on, and it's $3.75 for 60 seconds. That's pretty standard for any hardwood, but that's working beautifully for these. Let's see if I can open this one up. So I set them over here to kind of cool, is what I've been doing. Let's open this one. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. I think this is my favorite design. And it's up to you on whether you do them one-sided or two-sided. I even have taken prints like take the teal print and put it on the back. But isn't that beautiful? I am in love. So we'll get this one. Not too long here. I'm going to wrap another one while we're waiting. I'm just going to make sure to pull that protective paper off. I almost got it. So you don't want to let that go too long because then it will burn, but I was so close I had to. And you don't want them burned. Sometimes they do kind of stick depending on your tape, and you could just click them off quick. And of course I do have my gloves over here, and I recommend those big time for mugs, but even for your easy press, you really should. You know, do as I say, not as I do. I don't know about you all, but my mom told me that a lot. All right, here we go. And turn it on. And removing this protective coating. And then remember, lint brush. And then down centered. At this point I can even do it in the air, but I really push. This actually shows you really well. So I'm just pushing really hard so that this is all flat. And then I take this and pull and tape. So then I'm taping this down here. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to pull the corner and tape. I did just rip that one pulling it with you. So, but that's exactly what I do. And down on your table, I've never ripped one. All right, so I'm just going to finish up a few of these and then we'll be back to see a finished set. I am so excited to be finishing these up. So both my larger card and my smaller card, I think, hold these wonderfully. They're just super cute. And all these designs I am loving. This one is my favorite, but I was really feeling it. But I love this purple. It is really pretty in person. The blue with the star and the brown. Let's open up this one. I think this is a different one. Oh, nope, that's a star again. Awesome. So you would just do the backs, like I said. Make sure we do the backs. You could do them one of the colors or the same pattern. Either way would be fine. All right. Oh, I like this one. I'm a very orange person, and I love this one. So that is orangey and brown, and the camera's, there we go. I love it. It looks layered and sparkly even. Super cute. You can finish sublimation items with UV resin. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. And I think that's it for now. These are so super fun. It does cut, the kit comes with hooks that you can use. I'm a big fan of these double J hooks from Craft Chameleon, and that's what I would use to finish these. And just twist those in. Ah, I love these. Love, love, love. So much joy crafting with you today from start to finish. Your own sublimation patterns. If you don't want to create them, I'll link them in the description below so you can grab them. Also the link for these. If you need anything else, you just ask. That's what we're here for. Have a joyful day, creative friends. Bye-bye.